You have COVID, which has
vaccinations are good for people.
Who dropped dead very unexpectedly.
What's important is bodily autonomy, the same right men have always had. We just want equal rights.
Try to have a sober, honest conversation. My body, my choice. I think everybody hears that, but is it really your body, your choice until I say you can't do it? How does this actually work? And since most of us can remember back a few years, is it really your body and your choice until someone tells you it's not anymore?
Right to govern our own bodies, just like men have always had. It's that simple.
Do you support the right for people to not get the COVID vaccine?
It's irrelevant.
With the statement or the principle of my body, my choice?
Yes, absolutely. Bodily autonomy is a human right. Healthcare is a human right.
You know what's fun about the healthcare is a human right argument is they say, well, just look at Cuba. Well, the healthcare in Cuba is a tad different than what she wants in her life. And let me give you a real world example. People from Canada who've got the human right of healthcare often fly down to the United States to see urologists because they can't wait 18 months. Real story, real facts. Unfortunately, these people have a delusion that there's a big money fairy that sprinkles money dust.
Get in the pool!
Not be something that is dictated by the Supreme Court.
During the pandemic, did you support people's right to not get the COVID vaccine?
It's a difficult conversation.
Do you support bodily autonomy?
It's a difficult
Oh, you
conversation
support
because the
people's
answer
right
is
to
no.
kill their baby,
Your body,
but you
my
don't
choice. Take
support the right to not take a
For
vaccine.
example, the COVID vaccine mandates.
Of course.
The vaccine mandates, we've been mandated to get vaccines for years and years and years.
So you do support in that situation
That
people
don't
not
make it
having
right.
control of their bodies?
That's not having not control of.
What do you
That's
mean?
not the same because
Experimental
that's the script they gave me
injection?
to read. Everybody's been doing it for years, except the big bulk of people who haven't been doing it for years to keep their job, to get on an airplane, to leave the country. Do you see my point here?
Our bodies. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, of
Do
course.
you think it is important for people to have medical and health control of their own body?
Yeah, it's good for them. It's good for everybody.
You didn't support the mandates?
I do support the mandates. Yeah.
Isn't that mandate that people have to get the vaccine so they don't have control of their own body?
Vaccinations are good for people.
All right, let me make sure I'm tracking here. I'm
Not the
repeating
people that
exactly
died.
what Jim said. Vaccinations are good for people. They're healthy. You are at the pinnacle of health when you do a Justin Bieber. Is that making sense to you?
But in that case, you don't have control, right? If there's a mandate,
No, they don't have to get it. They just
you just can't go anywhere or do anything, right?
Or have a job.
You don't have a right to a job.
Everybody's
You don't have a right to a job, but you got a human right to health care and for me to pay for your abortion. I don't really give a shit if you get one. I don't want to pay for it. And at the same time, you can't tell me that 24-week-old child is not a human. We could just talk facts. I want to whack the kid. It's not your body. It's my choice until we say it's your body. It's my choice or until the talking points align with the
Okay,
argument.
they're not getting in the pool, so I'm only gonna let them stay out for another 20
You do
minutes.
not have to be a woman in order to have a uterus, which means you do not have to be a woman to have a period.
Let me give you a pro tip here. If you're living under the delusion you're a man, you don't need to go in for a prostate check. You don't need to look for testicular cancer. We got that covered for you.
How else to explain this to you? It's pretty clear. I'll say it once, and I'll say it multiple times.
Right.
Google's free, completely free.
So even though my eyeballs are saying that's a man, I could Google it and say, oh no, Google's going to tell me, no, that's a woman. Just agree with us. Ignore your eyes and all your instincts. Google knows best.
Unless you're out of minutes or something, go to Starbucks, log into the free Wi-Fi. Google's free, okay?
What in the hell has a drag queen ever done to make you have so much respect for them and admire them so much? Other than put on makeup and jump on the floor and writhe around and do sex things on stage.
That is an interesting point. So people want to take their 4-year-olds to drag queen story hour tipping at the local gay club. Somehow it's virtuous. It's not
They
about
should
the
take
drag
those
queen,
kids
the person
from those
dressing
sick-ass
up, performing
parents.
Entertainment for adults,
They
typically.
might as well
No, it's
sell
about
their
the
kids
virtue
to these
signaling, saying,
pedophiles, because
"Hey, I
that's
will
basically what
sacrifice
they're
my
doing.
kid on the altar of the woke god that is government at this point."
I have absolutely no idea
Justice,
why
social
you
justice
would
warriors.
want that to influence your child.
Yes.
Would you want
Why
a stripper
would
or
you?
a star to influence your child?
Hell no.
It makes no sense at all.
Of course, no one
That's
would support
coming from a
this
drag.
lifestyle when there's
Saying
heterosexual
that.
intercourse. That's not going to be promoted. But they would probably promote if the kid went to maybe a set on a gay adult film where there's, multiple things going on that would interest them. Educate the kid, make sure they're open and loving.
A drag queen performs in a
No!
club for adults.
Hey!
There's a lot of filth that goes on, a lot of sexual stuff that goes on. And
they
backstage,
celebrate these little
there's a lot of
kids doing
nudity, sex.
And let's break this down. It is no different than your classic strip club that men go to. However, at that fictional strip club I just gave, you don't have 4-year-olds tipping the strippers. That's the big difference here.
You
follow?
do in the tranny.
So I don't think that this is an avenue you would want your child to explore. They could explore dressing up at home, like we all did, like all gay boys did. We all dressed at home and we had a great time. We had a great time with
Keep
our
that
girlfriends.
shit in the
Now
closet.
the difference is it's virtuous. It shows how much you love the community when you take your child, the innocent child, bring him to a drag show, tipping the person in the thong. It shows how much you really care, right? What's going on here? These self-deprecating white parents hate their children in themselves so much that they would do something that even 5 years ago they'd say absolutely.
Y'all got
not.
4 minutes left. Y'all better get in that pool if y'all want to stay out.
Friends, what you're doing to your 4-year-old. Does this make any sense? You guys tracking or I'm missing something?
They're taking a bath
Putting
in
on
the
makeup,
water.
trying on clothes, things like that. But to actually get them involved in drag is extremely, extremely irresponsible on your part. And I understand you might want to look like you're with it, that you're cool, that you're woke, you're not a homophobe, whatever it may be.
The shocking point here is going to be for the zealots. They're going to be kicked to the curb just like CRT and BLM was 6 months ago. This is a fad. There'll be something that's more virtuous than this. It's higher on the victim level.
How can they go more virtuous than kids at a freaking strip club for trannies?
Your everyday child without
Besides
including them
straight grooming.
gay.
They're already protecting
And honestly,
Adult-
you're not doing the gay
attracted
community
to
any favors.
children
In fact, you're hurting
thing. You can't call them groomers without getting
hard on these zealots that are embarrassing me.
hush, silence for
That are
being
making
hate
the ABC
crime.
community look off-putting.
What
to
about
them.
that hate
Even other
and the
folks
lives
that are
they
in the
ruin
community
just
don't
to
wanna bring their
bust
kids to
her?
the drag show. Why
What
is
about
there not
that?
more pushback?
Sick
Why don't we
freaks.
see the people at the top?
Every
top
orgasm
people,
they ruin
the
another kid.
LGBT, whatever it is today, community come out and say, we've gone too far with this. We have to stop promoting it. It's not helping our cause in 2022.
We have already had a reputation and being perverts and deviants. We don't need you to bring your children around. So you keep your kids at home, or take them to Disneyland, or take them to Chuck E. Cheese.
Disneyland? That's where all the pedophiles are. Allegedly.
A big human in a costume.
I couldn't have said it better myself, whether it's the ABC divided by 4 community, heterosexual strip club, whatever you want to call it. It's not appropriate for kids to come in and see adult entertainment. Let them be children. Let them go to Chuck E. Cheese, play outside, do normal kid stuff. I know it seems virtuous, Karen in the suburbs, but it's not the right thing to do for your kid long term.
And makeup. Take them to the circus or something. When they turn 18,
Beep, beep,
then
boo,
take them
boo.
to the clubs on their 18th birthday, because it's an adult thing, okay?
Y'all got a minute 20 left.
A strip club become not an adult thing. Does the alphabet?
And I take this
mafia
time
trump
to
all
clean up the
natural
living
laws we've
room.
had? We don't bring children
Wipe
into
down
adult
everything.
themed Bars? Is that what's going on?
Disinfect
So
everything.
don't ruin your child's
God bless
life,
y'all. Remember,
and
through
don't
God, all
ruin
things are
us,
possible.
Because that's what you're doing.
I hope this brought you some peace. If the noise bothers you, you have control over you have full control over the volume. Just put it on mute and enjoy the puppies. God bless you, and remember, all things are possible through Jesus Christ that strengthens us. Peace.